And I'm just rambling here, and I probably should make sure I've got this on. Where's my earphones? I'm Brak. G'day, it's Brak here. And have I got a goodie for you today? I've been promising it for a while, and I finally got around to doing it. I've got a list. 1,000 points of blood axes. I've only made a list out of the models that I have. So if you're wondering, why how did you do this? Well, that's probably because I haven't got that model. It's not a bad list. And you've seen the thumbnail, so you probably know that that it's Beast Snaggas heavy and a few other things. But blood axes should be fun. Let's go and have a look at it, and I'll run through and give you some thoughts about it. Good. Let's go. Okay, so this is 1,000 points of blood axes. I haven't given a name yet. I usually do that sort of stuff, but I haven't. And they're here. And they're ready to go. So I was tossing up between blood axes and snake bites, but I finally went with blood axes because I really like the ability of being able to jump out of combat. And this army is, I would say, all geared to getting in and crumping. So what I really want to do here is have all the squiggly beasts have the ability to be able to get into combat and then jump out again if they can. So hopefully avoid any shenanigans of tying them up. So let's start. What have we got? Here is the Beast Boss on Squiggle. I've given the thump gun only because points. When you think about it, the thump gun really isn't such a bad weapon to have in your toolkit. What does sort of limit it to orc shooting. Oh, how I love orc shooting. But, you know, if it goes off, strength 6, D3 damage, had a blast, that's not bad. You know, it's not bad at all. So you can get, 3 shots out. It can work. A nice little pleasant surprise. I don't really go in for maximising lists, mainly because I go with the models that I've got. And it's still a game of fun for me. Nice little fella, the Beast Boss on Squiggle. He's good. 5 up invulse, thick hide, subtract 1 from damage, so that's always quite nice. And does a good aura. 5 attacks can't be sneezed at, especially when you think that we're looking at strength 6 and strength 7 with his Squiggle jaws. Wonderful, wonderful little beastie. This is going to be the hunter. He's going to get in and try and smash stuff up. Okay, and then we've got 3 fast attacks, because this is the zoom detachment, and it will go with the main. Let's have a look at the Squig Hog boys. So we've got 5 Squig Hog boys here, and a little bomb squig. Whee! The whole idea of the bomb squigs just does something to me. Gives me a little tickle. A lovely little tickle. It just gets me right there. They're funny as. The lore is just amazingly funny. I just like the idea that they train these squigs up, put bombs on them and go kaboomy. It's great. So there's 5 of the buggers. Yeah, look. Nice, good unit. So we've got, look. So there's 15 attacks there. Yes, I am assuming that to start with 15 attacks. And imagine just coming in, beating up something, and then if they can jump out, they can jump out. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Alright, second fast choice is a knob on Smasher Squig. And what a lovely little thing he is. 65 points gets you 4 attacks. strength 6, toughness 6, 5 wounds, and a pretty good weapon. Strength 8 weapon, 2 damage, and those smasher squigs. Oh, look at this. Sorry, the smasher squig jaws. Each time the bearer fights, makes an additional 2 attacks with this weapon. So no more than 2 attacks with maybe this weapon, but strength 6, 2 damage. Pretty darn good. The smasher head ability. Each time this wound finishes a charge move or heroic intervention, select one enemy unit that is within engagement range, and that model roll 5d6. For a result of 4+, that enemy suffers 1 mortal wound. So there's a 50-50 chance. So math says 2.5. Good day, 3 mortal wounds. Can't sneeze at that. Can't sneeze at that. So hopefully, same thing. He's just like the little brother. He's just like the little brother of this guy. Their idea is just find something that they can go bang, 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 out, bang, 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 out, and that's fun. And the other is the Rucker Truck Squig Buggy. Oh, and yeah, this is me being as tactical as I can. It's just nice to have a unit that doesn't need line of sight. It really doesn't. And yeah, I've played with him before, and he is great at getting rid of infantry. He's fast, he's maneuverable, and they also can pack a bit of punch if they find themselves in combat. Although you don't really want to put him in combat, sort of behind, sort of hopefully he can just sort of look after objectives in the backfield is the plan. Yeah, I know he hasn't got objectives secured, but hopefully if you're doing your job right, there aren't that many things in the backfield that can actually steal things from you. Now I'll go to troops. 10 boys. 10 little boys here. Ideally, I would have preferred to have the Beast Snaggas boys, but points being what they are, you couldn't do it. So that's a limitation of this list, is that they have to be on foot. So I'll probably put them at the back, sort of in hiding, or they'll get shot at. If I had, the choice was, do I get trucks or do I go with the kill rig? I went with the kill rig because I needed some more shooting power and some psychic. And Gretchen, yeah, look, not the best for this. Not the best for this list. Yeah, they're nice and cheap, and I probably could have put another, play around the points and get another Squeak Hog Boy, or maybe play around with the points and get another knob. Could have played, but I didn't. I decided not to. 10 boys are still pretty good. You've just got to have them protected a little bit. Is it a waste of 90 points? I don't know. It is the biggest weakness, and then I have lost objective secured. But there's ways around that. Okay, heavy choice is the kill rig. I do like this. I really, really do like this as a choice. Now, I would have used it as transport if I had Beast Snaggas boys, but I don't. It's there for the psychic, and it's there for all these fantastic weapons. Hopefully, the whole idea is that it should last a little bit longer. Toughness 8, it'd be nice if it was a little bit higher. But strength 6, toughness 8, that's pretty darn good. 16 wounds. Yeah, there are a lot of things that probably could take it out. So placement's going to be a bit of an issue with this, isn't it? There are some great weapons on here. Heavy lobber to blast. There's another not line of sight, so that's good. Heavy D6, strength 6. The word tower looks like it's going to be fun. Strength 9, neg 3, D6 damage. So a bit of hit and miss there. But when it runs hot, it runs really hot. psychic abilities. Well, of course he gets psychic. That's quite nice and easy. However, I decided to go with one which is really, really good, and one which just sort of makes me want to giggle. Now, the one that's pretty darn good is Frazzle. And Frazzle has a warp charge value of 6, so you can get off. Roll 1d6 for each enemy unit that's within 9 inches of the Psyker. On a 4+, suffers d3 mortal wounds. So if he's getting up close up the front there, you've got a chance to get more than one unit there, so that's always fine and dandy, isn't it? Yeah, I really like this one. It's Squiggly Curse. I like it because it's a nod to some old lore, and even yes, you're not actually putting a squig down on the table like you used to be able to do back in the dark ages. It's still lore. You can pretend. We've all got imagination, haven't we? Yes, we can use our imagination. So it's a Witchfire Squiggly Curse. Has a warp charge of 7, so yeah. If manifested, selected one enemy unit within 12 inches. This Psyker of the Psyker. So if manifested, select one enemy unit within 12 inches of this Psyker and roll 1d6. Every model in that unit to a maximum of 6, so only 6. d4. That unit suffers 1 mortal wound. If any of these models in this unit are destroyed by the psychic power, every other enemy unit within 6 inches suffers 1 mortal wound. So there's a capacity there for not only to be devastating to one unit, and there's a 50% chance there, but there's also some capacity to actually get to just sort of not make your give your opponent a little bit of a hard time, wouldn't it? A mortal wound's a mortal wound, and they're not. It's always a hard coming back from that. So, yeah, so fun. Not the most optimised, but I like to go for shit and giggles. The fact of the matter, yeah, I'm Brak. I can't take myself seriously, and neither should you. All right, and finally, last but not least, is the flyer. You need a flyer. It helps in the secondaries, and this has a lot of shooting power, and I can get up and snipe. And you got the ability to get in and do some damage and sniping. Yeah, it's a target, and I'm sort of hoping, and that's my not so clever plan here, is giving my opponent saying, okay, which one do I shoot first? And yeah, it's a gamble for a lot of points, but sometimes you just got to do it. It does have a custom force field, so it might last a little bit longer, but you know, if you get to go first, you can do some damage before, you do some damage, and then it'll be go. So I'm realistic. I know that everything Orcs armies are basically paper tigers, so you've got to get in and do the crumping, and you've got to do the damage as quickly as possible. That's just the game, isn't it? That's just 9. So yeah, first turn is better. If not, you just pray to Mork and Gork and hope for the best. But yeah, I love him. He's a beast. I've got some great weapons on it. Slightly better shooting. Wonderful, wonderful thing. And that's it. There you go, my 5,000 point Blood Axe army. I just realised I hadn't talked about things like relics. Relics are probably going to keep it simple. I won't be spending too much in the beginning, and I probably won't be spending CP on jumping things in, everything on the table. I just don't want to risk it. There's a lot of powerful shooty armies out there, and so got to have everything on the table. Hopefully you can survive a little bit longer. Okay, Warlord Trade. I decided to go with Brutal but Cunning. I did think about Hard as Nails, make him a little bit tougher, but definitely Brutal but Cunning. You can sort of get into, because he's going to be the big hitter. He's going to be around. He's going to be the Beast Hunter. So I want to try and get as many tax hits going, and let's face it, having the ability to keep re-rolling additional attacks that did not reach the damage step is just great. You can a better chance of maximizing all those hits. So rerolls upon rerolls upon rerolls. It's lovely. It's a beautiful thing. So with Relics, I've decided to give the Head Whopper Kill Chopper to the knob. It just seemed to be fun. So because look, he's a bit of a beast, and it might make people think of it, but it's a good little weapon. You know, times 2 strength, AP, neg 3 damage, has the ability to inflict mortal wounds if you roll on the 6, and that's what I like about this army, is that there is lots of opportunities to get mortal wounds, and so it's going to be hard hitting, but it is a paper tiger, which is, but that's just orcs these days. There's not much we can do about that. And I'm not going for the podium when I play games. I'm having a bit of fun, and hopefully I have an army that looks pretty too. So that's always nice. So what do you think? Okay, so that was it. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? A load of crap. Or was it, yeah, this is the best list ever? Comment below. Let me know. Let's have a conversation. And until next time, if you're going crumping, you've got to bash early, bash often. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Do all the algorithmic things. And if you would like to help me out financially, there's always Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. The links are in the description. Okay, trying to toddle off. So remember, if you're going crumping, you've got to bash early and bash often. I've decided Blood Axes. Why can I never say that name? I've got to think about Blood Axes. I always want to say Death Skulls, but it's just bizarre. G'day, it's Brak here, and have I got a goodie for you today? I've been promising it for a while, and I finally got around to doing it. I've got a list. 1,000 points of Blood Axes. And I was going to do it for a tournament, which was 2 weeks ago, but I forgot to sign up, didn't I?